poppin', it's Starpin, this piece of welcome back to another video where today is another story time. I put up a poll on Instagram and it's here. It was between some work experiences, not like the other video I had made that I kinda didn't really push, like, because it was just like a serious moment. So like the video that I'd be making about my work experiences wouldn't be like as serious as that. It would most likely be like funny little moments. You guys voted on the teacher one, the worst teacher. Now I've had many bad teacher experiences, and maybe it's just me, maybe that's a sign. No, but seriously, this lighting, okay. Well, first things first, I got a new ring light, and that might be why my eyes are really squinty and like, you see the ring around my eyes, because I have a ring light. I had a mini ring light before, when I first started YouTube, and then it broke. And I got this big ring light for Christmas, and I'm really happy about it and grateful because it's amazing. I love it, and I hope the lighting and everything looks good. I put a white blanket, a fluffy white blanket behind me to just make it look more nice. I don't know. I know my face looks really gross. I'm sorry, you're really close and personal, but like, hey, like, this is how we do. Okay, so back to my main topic, which is the teachers. I have had many bad teachers, and maybe it's just me, I don't freaking know. But in this specific story time, we're gonna be talking about a teacher of mine that, frankly, I don't care if they see this video. That's why I'm making it. Because remember, I said multiple times, I have very bad experiences at both middle school, high school, freaking even elementary school, in the place where I live. Words. Where I live, I just have really bad experiences at schools, and I didn't want to make any videos about it until I graduated because I didn't want it to bite me in the butt. But this experience, none of it was my fault. I did nothing wrong. So that's the tea on that. And so if they were to see this, hi, I still don't like you. You know I don't like you, because whenever I see you, I'm just mute. Unless I had to see something, and like, maybe it's kind of petty, but like, I don't got time for the messiness. Yeah, here I am being messy. So this situation, we're gonna name it my worst teacher experience drama teacher. Now, we're naming it that because I've had many worst teacher experiences, so we're gonna be naming different, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be like a season in my Storytime playlist, just the worst teachers, but like, obviously they're not gonna be consecutive because that's boring. We don't like boring. But this lighting, my eyes, I look back and like my eyes are like so squinted, and I'm sorry. I love acting. I feel like I have a really big personality, and I feel like I can articulate my emotions very well. Sometimes. My words don't always formulate well. I have like a lisp, and like, and sometimes my mouth isn't very connected with my words. Like, I look back at some of the footage sometimes when I'm trying to figure out what I need to edit in what I'm saying, and I can't read my lips. I know they're very small too, so it's just like problems every freaking where. But in the form of expressing my emotions and personality and big movements, I feel like I'm pretty good at that. So I decided to take up theater in 9th grade. Now, mind you, before 9th grade, there was this course teacher that our school hates the art program, so they like to split up the teachers. So for the longest time, our band teacher was at the high school for like first, second, and third period, and then would move over to the middle school for the rest of the day, or I don't know if it was in the morning or whatever. Basically, they would split them between both schools. And that was the same case for the chorus, and the arts, the theater arts kind of situation for longer than like the band situation, because they have two separate teachers for that. Nonetheless, I digress. And they had this teacher. She was really cool. I loved her. She actually moved to Jersey. Not where, like, she moved to Jersey. I don't know if it's near where I'm from, but because I really miss her and hope she's doing well. And she was really cool. She was on American Idol, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But she was really cool. And she had to, you know, lived her life and whatnot. And I was sad because I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going into high school now and I don't have this teacher to help me with the arts. But there was this new teacher coming in, and they were saying that she was going to revamp the program because it was like dead and like all this cool stuff. And I was like, okay, cool, let me join. So I joined, and it's kind of like rocky or whatever. I'm not going to really talk about her much because she didn't really give me much problems. Sometimes she would say things that were like, sit down, or like some like, I don't know if you could be saying that kind of stuff, but like, overall, she did help lift the theater out of the graveyard, if you will. And started again. It was fun. We did a few plays, and then like our last play, like in my 10th grade year, we did a huge actual play called Murder at the Pie Auction, and it was kind of cool because I was like the murderer, and like it was kind of cringy, and like I was pretty like extra. Like that's just me, I guess. So it was fun, and then she had a baby. And then she left. I feel like every situation where a teacher has a baby, I feel like every experience I've had with that, they just don't come back. And like, good for them, like they need their time and their space. And you know, in this situation, she actually just left the high school. She ended up going to them because she was in the same situation. They at this point in my 10th grade year, the band had been having its own teacher for 6 years in both middle school and high school, yet the chorus and theater programs still had only one teacher in both the middle school and high school that they shared. So, when she left, she decided to fix that and stay at the middle school. And so we had to get a new high school teacher. And we were all pretty sad because she was helping us a lot. And even though we didn't like her sometimes, she didn't like us sometimes. And we all got together in the end. We all worked okay well. And it was fun. And so after that, we got a new teacher. Now this teacher I've worked with before because when I was in band, which is another story time, I was in band for so freaking long. I loved it so much. I was like die hard. Literally die hard. And I knew this person because every time I did like what we would call solo and ensemble, I think that's what it's called. I don't know if it's solo ensemble or solo and ensemble. Whatever. It's like a solo thing. He would accompany me with the piano. Yes, so he would accompany me and like other people, and so like we never really talked though. He was really quiet, and I was like, cool, I like that because I don't want to talk either. But we were okay. We worked together. It ended out well. Then I found out that he was becoming a chorus teacher, theater, chorus, whatever teacher, and I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. And I was like, okay, so I stayed in drama my 11th grade year. My 11th grade year was kind of the downfall of my like participation in school. That year I had dropped out of band. That's another story time. In band, I wasn't really doing much. I was more focused on my college work and my high school work, and I think it was the best decision I ever made because it was a lot less stressful. And I don't regret it. I miss band sometimes, but again, different story time. So I am doing this class, and it like gets weird because he's like very, I don't know the right word. He has to be right. I guess that's the best way to put it, because it's like he would say something and even if it made no sense, he would make it make sense. Like he'd be like, I'm the teacher, it makes sense, and everyone would be like, okay, and it would be like, what? No, that's not how that works. That's not even like the best example. I don't really know how to explain it, but like that's how I could explain it if I could explain it, and that's not, but I can't, so. We were pretty good. Like we were mutual. We had some conversations about a problem I was having in the class, and then we had another conversation about a part that he had given me because it would push a narrative in the whole entire school that they already think. So like I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not doing that, but like I want to act. I liked him because nobody liked what plays he was picking and the way he ran it compared to the first teacher, which makes sense because nobody likes change. He did help us though, I'm not gonna lie. We do a lot more in our next play, our winter play. That was the last play I performed in, and it was quite fun, stressful, and the downfall of my drama career. So, long story short, I have a job. Yes, we already talked about that at the beginning of the video. Worst work experiences, yeah. So I have a job, and I like making money, and that's one of the reasons why I quit band, is because I needed time for a job. And so I had spoken to this drama teacher, and I was like, listen, like, I really want to do an art thing, and I like to act. But I quit band because I didn't have time for band and a job. I just want to make sure that this won't be too demanding for me because I have a job. And we were clear on it, we always worked together, and everything was good until this point. Now, at this point, I think he was just getting aggravated at the fact that I was putting work over drama, and like, are you paying me? No. So, of course, I'm gonna put work over drama. And the theater, whatever, the whole drama mess, okay? So I forgot what happened. I think I didn't work that day, but I had been working on our practice days, and he was getting annoyed that I would have to leave early or not show up. and I had told him ahead of time that I'm gonna be missing these because I have work, and he was okay with it. So was like, I'm just gonna leave, and I was talking to my friends in that class, and we were like, every time we had practice, we would just like talk in like our little like, because there was like separate like rooms, like insulated rooms like for singing, but we used it for as practice room. So the three of us would be like talking about our scene, and then be like, yeah, you should leave. Like, I might leave too, and it's like, it was drama. So yeah, that was that. And the day of the play, I walk in to the room after work, because at this point I think I told him I was gonna be late, and I don't remember why I was gonna be late, but I ended up getting work anyway, so I still was late. So yeah, but I had told him ahead of time, so that's the preface. So I don't remember if it was before or after. I think it was before, where I was just having a lot of problems with my scheduling with him, and so I went to the principal about it. Because, oh no, wait, that might be after. But I do remember the main point, which is really infuriating to me. I walk in on our performance day after work, and I walk in and everyone's like, hey, and I'm like, hey, and he's like, be quiet. And so everyone just kind of looks weird. And so I go sit with my friends, and then they're like whispering to me, and I'm like, what? And they're like, he talked about you. And I'm like, what the frick? And they were like, he was talking about you. And I was like, why is he talking about me? Why is this grown, old, behind man talking about a freaking 16-year-old little boy? Why is he acting like a child? Me saying that as I'm acting as a child right now. So, they were like, yeah, he told everyone in that class to shun me when I walked in because I was late. And my friend tried to stick up for me and said that I had work, which I did. And he said something along the lines of like, oh no, he's just being late, or whatever. Oh no! I remember now. It was because I had class. That's why. My first excuse to him was that I had class, which I did, but it ended up getting canceled. But then I got work anyway, so I just kept the narrative with him that I had class, meaning college classes. And that's another thing that I worked with him with, was I told him I had college classes and work that needed to be worked around, and that's why I was missing practices. Not because of work, because of college classes. But the day of the play, my boss offered me more hours, and I said yes, because I like money, honey. And I had told him that I had class anyway. So it doesn't matter, because I was gonna miss practice anyway. I mean, I was gonna be late, so it doesn't matter. So when she told him that, he was like, no, he has class. This was when, you know, I wasn't there. And so when she told me that, I was like, you know what? I'm just performing this today, and then I'm quitting. So that's what I did. I performed. I did amazing, okay? I messed up on one part because my microphone wasn't clipping to my shirt, and I had like a scarf on, or I had a jacket on, and it kept falling. And so it like fell, and I like played it off really well. Like everyone laughed, and it was like a funny moment, and like it's just my town, and like no one cares about the arts in my town. So like it's not like I'm doing a Broadway performance. Like I didn't care that much, but it was like funny, and I kept going with it. I didn't mess up the rest of my performance, and I did it all from memory. So like pat myself. And yeah, everyone else did amazing, and it was just a great performance. And yeah. So after that, I don't remember if it was before or after, but I think it might have been after, because I remember him not excusing me for something or something like that. There was something that was hurting my grade, and I'm pretty sure. And I went to the principal the next day and told him like all this stuff, and I was like, you know, like, this is really immature for a teacher to be doing. Like, I'm just trying to get my work done. I'm just trying to get my degree. I'm just trying to make money, and he's out here trying to like stop my bag, basically. Like, get over me, please. The principal was very like neutral about it, because you know principals, and so it didn't really. I don't know if what he actually said to the teacher, but he said he had talked to him and was like telling him he had to give me my grade, or he had to like let me retake or something. Oh yeah, I think it was because I had to take something to replace the grade, and yeah. So the teacher just was lying to the principal about what he told me, because he was telling him that like he had told me about the replacement test, and like he didn't, and he had told me that I wasn't gonna be able to make the grade, but he told the principal something else, so like he was just really shady. And so I left. And now, a year later, I have found out that he tried to steal a student's play and put it off as his own, and got in trouble for it, and had to put the student's name on the play. And I also found out that all of my friends that I was talking with had also quit that program because he just sucks. In the end, Star is right. No, but like, seriously, like, it's just so funny to me how teachers can act so childish sometimes. But like, I mean, we're all growing, we're all getting older, we're all learning, you know, whatever. But his attitude was just so gross and toxic. Like, I'm really glad I left. It sucks though because I really wanted to freaking perform. I really wanted to be in plays. And I did enjoy acting. Like, it was really fun to like be something, you know. I hated the roles that he had though. They were very not me. And like, you can say, oh, you have to separate the character from the person. Bitch, shut up, please. Because our town can't do that. They will put you in a box and they will keep you there. So I cannot push a narrative of me in a box. In the town, at least. If we would have gone to like a different place and performed, you know, it would have been a different story. I quit and I've been at home doing nothing since. Just focusing on schoolwork and actual work. So yeah, that's my story time of the worst teacher I've ever had, parentheses, theater teacher. So I really hope you guys enjoy this story time. I hope it's not too long, and I really hope you guys like this quality. I think it's really nice. Sorry about my acne, that's never gonna go away, we already know this. I just had bought some new, more expensive stuff, and I'm hoping it'll help me more, but we're gonna find out in the future. If they see me with a red freaking face, I'm sorry again, and that means it also didn't work and ruined my face. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, keep your heads up high, and I will definitely be seeing you guys next time.